Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 44 of our Supersize Your Business annual challenge. I don't know what happened just there, but it was pretty humorous. Today we're talking about, in the SOAP framework, P for progress. I want to make sure I don't forget that. We want to get through the SOAP framework at least once a month over the course of the year so we can install this little framework into our subconscious as another tool in our toolbox, another tool in your toolbox to deal with the stuff that comes up in our business and in our lives all the time. P, of course, stands for progress. So what we want to think about today is, how do I know that what action I took yesterday is helping me to fill the gap between where I am and where I want to be? And so my example is I have a slight aversion, which I'm getting over quickly because it's part of why I'm applying the SOAP framework, to direct messaging. I don't like to direct message people, and I make up all kinds of excuses in my head why not to do it. And so how am I going to know if I'm overcoming my fear of that? Because it's obviously, I'm afraid I'm going to get rejected, or I'm afraid, I don't know, I'm afraid of a whole bunch of stuff probably, which is things that I need to let go of because they're probably from my childhood, like before I was 6 and I'm still hanging on to them. But I want to find a way to measure, because I like to physically measure and graph and look at things. I think it's probably the nerdy engineer in me, but it works for me. So I will measure. I've already decided this morning. I will measure the number of direct messages I send and then the results I get. Of course, I like Google spreadsheets. I like Excel. I will create a spreadsheet and a document to track that, and that will be how I know I'm filling the gap. And at some point, there'll be a little curve. I'm going to be really uncomfortable for a little while. I'm going to reach my peak of really hating it and being uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden, it's going to start to get easier for me. It's like when I started doing live video. Oh, I never go back and watch my videos. I don't edit my videos because I have visual challenges and physically visual challenges. And so editing them was not really ever an option for me. I couldn't take a video and then tweak and fix and do different things to it. I do wish I could add automatically calls to action at the end, because I always forget to invite you to do something with me. And I need to change that language right there. When I catch myself saying always or never or hate or love something, I want to analyze that and say, well, why am I using that particular word for it? Okay. So I'm working on direct messaging, and I'll know I'm filling the gap when I automatically do those things and I don't feel the resistance to doing them. And then as I increase the number that I can do daily, and I promise I will not have AI ever do my direct messaging. I find it, and I think that's part of my aversion to it. I don't like knowing that I am just a number and a fake bot that somebody is communicating with, and they haven't even bothered to know who I am, what I do, what I stand for. I love it when people want me to start an e-commerce or a Shopify business. Okay, I've been in business for 5 decades. Am I going to follow your little program to do a Shopify store or an e-com site? No, the answer is no, I'm never going to. So please don't direct message me if you don't know me and ask me that, because sometimes I don't respond in the best way, which is another thing I'm going to do. Is I'm going to either ignore or just not respond to the things that I know are that trigger me in terms of that. And bot and automated ManyChat messages does that to me. Now I have a ManyChat account. I think I've let it lapse now because I never used it. So topic for another day, but that's how I'll know. I have a way to measure it, and I'm going to track it. You might pick something that you can't measure or track except by how you feel, and that you know it's not a challenge or a problem for you anymore. And that is how you'll know, is if you start to feel better and better and better about the situation. Again, trying to cover a broad cloth with how we can use this framework. Any questions about that, please just hit me up and ask. So today, our topic for confidence, because we're focusing on confidence and action this week, is all about accepting your greatness, accepting how awesome your business actually is. Instead of focusing on all the things you don't like about it, or all the things you think are wrong, I want you to spend a few minutes today just being grateful for, acknowledging and thanking yourself for starting this business, and acknowledge places where you're super strong, because those are the things you want to build on in order to grow and build and supersize your business. If you're always paying attention to the competition and what they're doing, and you're not focusing on your customer's experience and on what you can do better than anyone else, you're going to struggle, and you're going to hit more roadblocks than you have to by focusing on negatives. So don't do that. Let's just focus on the things that are working, build upon them. Of course, if you got a glaring problem, you find a solution and then you move on, right? And you focus on the solution, not on the problem itself. Excuse me, because the last thing we want to do is invite more problems into our businesses and into our lives. And believe me, I have a lot of experience doing that. And that's why I'm warning you, please don't do that. Please don't make your life and your business harder than it has to be. So I get a little tickle and cough in my throat. So this topic, how it came about, is our ability to accept compliments. And I thought about this and I thought, I'm better at this than I used to be, but I'm really terrible at it. And so it's something I'm going to work on. And I encourage you to do it for yourself and your business as well. How often do we get a compliment or a testimonial from one of our clients or customers and we like, oh, poo-poo it, or say, oh, it'd be just this or just that, and we minimize it or we reject it altogether? What does that tell the world around us about our business? That we don't think we're good enough to get compliments. We don't think we're good enough to get testimonials. We don't think that what we're offering is valuable enough for people to appreciate it. Well, kind of BS is that we're putting out into the world? Not good, right? So keep in mind that whenever anyone compliments us, number one, get excited about it. That's awesome. And then pay attention to what they are appreciating about us and double down on that. Do more of it. Go bigger on that. If it's because you have something in your customer experience that they absolutely love and it helped them out a lot, just make sure that you're building on that and enhancing that and doing more of that. Do more of what people want and do less of what they don't want, right? Simple. Life is really pretty simple. But we as human beings like to complicate the daylights out of everything. Some of us more than others. So make sure that when somebody compliments you or your team, that you say thank you and realize, just like no is a complete sentence, thank you is a complete sentence too. And if somebody offers you a sincere compliment, who are you to reject them or reject that? And then do you think they're going to compliment you again in the future or your business or give you a good review? No. I think you only have one chance, just like making a good first impression. You only have one chance with your customers. It takes a whole lot to build trust with them, and it takes almost nothing to destroy that trust, right? Think of the political environment we're in right now. I don't know about you, but I hear the name or the word politician, and it just kind of is equated to corruption, fraud, theft, dishonesty, self-serving, criminal behavior in a lot of instances. And that makes me really, really sad, because I think that representing your country started out as a noble thing, and it's just really turned into a show, right? All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to accept a compliment by just saying thank you today. Then we're going to sit with that and say, how does that feel? Wow, that feels awesome. We're going to celebrate those compliments. We're going to celebrate those wins and feel how it should feel to get a compliment. Guess what? We're going to go out and compliment someone today. We're going to find somebody, and we are going to sincerely find something we appreciate and can compliment them for. Come on, even if you just compliment yourself, look in the mirror, compliment yourself, and just sit with it. Sit with how it's supposed to make us feel. It's supposed to make us feel more energized, lighter, positive, happy, and make us want to do more of the things that make people appreciate us. So today, just do that. Compliment somebody. See how it makes you feel. When somebody compliments you, say thank you, and then just write done in the comments below, or share your experience. Oh, somebody gave me a compliment about my hair today, and I negated it instantly and said, oh, it's so dirty, or it's so gray, or whatever. We need to stop doing that. We need to accept that we are infinite possibility human beings and businesses just like everybody else. And that's how we grow and scale and supersize. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Otherwise, go out, have an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.